Happy Wax Plant Wednesday. There's a lot to do. Let's start off with the Hoyas that are in bloom. So Hoya Bella, Lida Buis. I think HOYAS Hoya. I saw it yesterday. I don't know if they've died off, but we'll take a look at her anyways. And Hoya Caudata Sumatra. I think those are the three right now. I think the cutest Porcelana, I mean, she's always in bloom, but I think they just closed up because I don't see them anymore. Hoya Bella, Lida Buis. Look at this. So stunning. Can you believe how beautiful? They look like, when you get close, they're very jelly-like. I don't know, I get reminded of jelly. The second one didn't open yet, but she is right underneath. Boom. So how wonderful. Oops. It's so pretty, guys. Look at this. Ooh. It's funny because I'm pretty sure this is one of the propagations down here that I stuck in. Look, there's already the beginnings there. That is so funny. I love the Bella because I can let it trail. Y'all know that I have a lot of my Hoyas on trellises, but when you have a Hoya that just trails, you don't necessarily need to like look at it as much. Also, I love when they're trailing down, they start to branch. And yeah, so that is wonderful. Okay, Giana. Okay, let's have our fingers crossed. Let's see. Take the sachets away. I swear I saw it. Oh, did you die off? Oh, I think oh no. Okay, there's some that are close. I tend to miss them, so I'm just doing a check again. Oh, here they are. They're so tiny. I love that. Wow, that is beautiful. Whoa. Yeah, this is a big bunch. I still think they smell like feta. But it's not like a bad smell. Like, people were telling me that it's a bad, like, people are, what were they saying? Sweaty socks? Was it sweaty sock? There's another one that's so close to opening right next to it here. And then the other ones that were done that like fell. This is honestly, geez, so obsessed with this. Oh my gosh. I think you're dry, girl. Okay, and Hoya Caudata Sumatra. Oh my god. You see how I've ignored it also? Like, look at all these tendrils. They were like latched on everything. In the span of like a week or two, it already has bloomed like 3 times, and this is the 4th one. I think they're about to go actually because they're kind of yellowing. Are you kidding? Y'all need to feel these if you ever have the opportunity to, because girl, they're so soft. Funny story, so I was excited for these, and then I was like telling my boyfriend, I was like, oh, you gotta feel them. He's like, no thanks. No thanks. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that's fine, I guess. Okay, next thing. I'm in like the propagation mood. I know that's like my everyday, but Hoya Giana, the variegated one, I think it's the outer variegated, it's grown a lot, but I kind of want like a super full plant, and I feel like it's at its perfect length. Bushiness? I don't know. Look at this. Do you see? It is so crazy. And I like how the variegation like is so different. Like you could have that much down there. It's so beautiful. It looks to me that this, it could be just sun stress. This one I thought was reverting, but those pink edges could be the variegation because you could kind of see it down here. It's still white on the edges. But yeah, I just want to have a fuller plant, similar to like the Bella, similar to the Chinkongenses. Wow, I'm so impressed with this. So we'll propagate this one. I'm gonna put the cuttings in like a planter like this, probably like a planter like that, in pon, and then what's the next one? I kind of want to do my broget. Hoya Polyneura broget. Oh my god, I gotta sneeze. I always have to sneeze. Why? Oh, I've been sneezing for 10 minutes. I had to stop the camera. I still feel like I'm gonna sneeze. I love just like holding this. Hold on, wait, I can't hold it. Oh. Okay, I think I'm okay. Hoya Polyneura broget. I just want her to, this is funny, I just want her to branch more. So she's in this big planter. Gosh, something broke. Oh well. So here she is. Isn't this fantastic? Again, there's like 12 plants in here, so it's not like this is one plant. There's so many in here. So silver, look at this. I'm obsessed. Are you kidding? Oh my God, thumbnail? I think this is the plant that's gonna be on a thumbnail. Ponds dropping everywhere. Okay, so why am I gonna propagate this one? So similar to the Polyneura, outer variegated, I wanted to branch, and also there are some vines that are getting too long and they're kind of like pushing up against other plants. So yeah, oh my gosh, so beautiful. Okay, let's move her into the living room. Y'all, I kind of want to do Carnosa Wilbur Graves. I kind of want to chop it. It looks so good though. Should I? Okay, it's 2 plants. I'm so happy with how, you know, all these leaves look. Like some that are like fully silver and then some that kind of have a half and half situation. I don't know. Okay, I don't want to cut it. It's just so pretty. Maybe I'll just clip this tendril here. I feel like the Wilbur Graves was one of the first like rare Hoyas that people were like going off about. This one along with like the Gray Ghost. Oh my gosh. Oh, let me show you. Okay. Remember I talked about the Gunungadding and how she's so close to blooming? She hasn't bloomed, but like they're still there, and I want to show you in case you decide to like spaz and drop on me. Watch me knock them over. I also don't want to, I need to make sure the reservoir, okay, the reservoir is fine. Whew, Gunungadding, are you kidding? Are you kidding? And again, I do this thing, I don't look up what the blooms look like, so I'm very excited for this because I don't know what they look like. Okay, I'm gonna try to clip these without breaking that. So interesting, Gunungadding, you know, it kind of opened my eyes to sun stressing. I mean, that and the sunrise, like, before I wasn't into sun stressing, I was like, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? And now I'm like, hell yeah. Oh my God, can I say controversial opinion? I personally think that Hoya prices are so inflated. And I mean, this goes with like another opinion that I have that like Hoyas, they're not slow. So like an example is like Polyneura, and I talked about this last week, but like it doesn't make sense for like at the time for that plant to be that expensive, but I still think they're so inflated. I don't know, my opinion. I understand other plants that are slower, like Anthuriums, like those take such a long time to first of all mature, but also like the selection process and like, so I understand. But Hoyas, I don't know. Oh wow. Hoya CV Patrua Wallai 023. I mean, I had this in LECA. And then I took 3 cuttings because she was out of control, blooming so much. And she's a messy Hoya bloom, like really sticky, like dripping all the time. And so I just need to pause because I had to clean around it a lot. And obviously it was like really, really big as well. So I think this is just 3 cuttings. I'm pretty sure 3 or 4. Look at how much it's grown already. I don't know, it's crazy. Okay, I think we can put a trellis. I put cake dowels so I can just slot it in, so we'll do that in a bit. I think it might need to be watered. Okay, we're gonna try with these Gunungadding props. We're gonna try to put a trellis on this one. I just like hate when it gets to the point where, because it doesn't have support after these leaves, it just pushes out tendril. And then when you put it on a trellis, it's just, you know, kind of naked on one section of it. So we'll look at that too. Why don't we look at this? Remember, I put this in a cup. This is the Latifolia Snow Queen. Some splash over there. It's been a week. Why don't we take a look? The leaf feels good though. This one actually also, I'm not blasting it with light. It's off to the side. It's probably getting like 500-foot candles. So we'll see. Again, the tree is here. The tree is here. Okay, while I organize everything, I just need to find the planters, the trellises I'm going to use. I'm probably going to put the brogets into this planter, similar to the outer variegated props. But let's, okay, update on things. You know, again, taking a break from Instagram, like I've been doing other things like playing more game. Okay, I'm a weird person. I play Minesweeper. Do you remember that Windows? Like that game that came with Windows? That really relieves a lot of my stress. Oh my God, and don't laugh. I know I'm a child. I started playing again Pokemon Shining Pearl on my Switch. Update on my fantasy football and hockey league. Okay, so fantasy football, which is the more important one, I'm 3rd out of 8 teams, which is pretty good. I'm always second or third, more often second, and so I still could win. We'll see. Fantasy hockey, I still don't watch hockey, but I'm like second last right now. Oh, I feel like I have to do inventory soon. I'm running out of so many things that I didn't realize I was out of. Well, we're just gonna gather. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is the last of my planters. And like watching Christmas stuff, like 4 Christmases, that one is so funny. It is so funny. Okay, and I actually forgot to mention, I might chop this Mathilde slash. Oh my gosh. So this one's the less splashy one, but do you see how long she's gotten? So long. Oh, she's a beauty. She is such a beauty. Okay, well, do you know what? We'll save this for last because I don't know if I'm gonna chop it. And yeah, I haven't baked in a while. Again, it goes with this whole like eating healthy. I'm just like, does it make sense to bake? Because I'm gonna eat it all. So why don't we start out with the broget? Oh, I wanted to also mention, there is a grow light that goes over here. There's some burning here, but when I pulled it from where it was, like this one was actually touching the grow light, and so that's why she looks this way. But can you see, like all the other leaves are fine. I don't know, people keep telling me that Polyneuras, like they tell me I'm giving it too much light. I just think it depends on like what substrates in. Like that's probably the case if you have a Polyneura in an arid mix. Upon, I don't know, I haven't experienced that. Like sometimes when the leaf is unfurling, it looks yellow. This one kind of looks yellow over here, but it's a new leaf. But I've said once they harden off, you can't really see anything. I don't know, that's just my experience. Which vines? Okay. Every time I propagate plants, I always kind of look for like the ugly vines. The ugly vines, because I know I'm just gonna blast them with light, and so they don't necessarily need to look aesthetically pretty. So why don't we do this one, and we'll get 3 cuttings from this. Yes. So this is the vine. So 1, 2, 3, and just cutting. Now I know, because I've thought about it, and I've gotten this comment a few times that they always ask why I always cut down like to just 2 leaves. Ultimately, I just know that 95% of the cuttings, if the mother plant is hydrated and healthy, 95% of the cuttings are going to survive, and therefore you get more plants, ultimately leading to a fuller plant. Ooh, I kind of want to cut. Future Kevin, zoom in. Do you see how these are super silver? I might want to cut like here to see if this vine is going to push out any other silver leaves. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Every time a vine has like juvenile leaves that haven't hardened off, I cut it off because a lot of the time they just die off. And I know I could give them a chance, but just from my experience, I'd rather just cut them. So say goodbye. Wow, this one branched like 3-4 times. Are you kidding? Yeah, I made a cut here. I can see it. I only saw this now. Are there any more? I literally was gonna cut this one. Okay, wait, I need to show y'all. Look, this is exciting. This is exciting. Do you see this? This is the first time that the broget has ever come close to blooming. Oh my gosh. Okay, so my green form has bloomed for me multiple times. The one that I had in my office, that one's the one that bloomed, but never the outer variegated or this one. I think it's because I kept like cutting them down. And wow, I almost cut you off. That is hilarious. Okay. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to rotate this one so it's like, you know, where I can see it. But how exciting! I didn't even see that before. Okay, since that one is doing its thing, we're not gonna touch you. A lot of the time also, when I have a plant like this, if there's any vine like under here, so you can see that there's maybe like 4 vines kind of covering this part, like it's not getting enough light. So in this case, I feel okay chopping it. Plus, it has real good silver on it. Let's do that. Okay. Incredible. So pretty. Boom, boom. See, this one's tough because these are a new set of leaves, but they're kind of hardened off, kind of not hardened off. So why don't we just stick it in there? So I'm using the same strategy as my outer variegated Polyneura, where I just kind of stick so many in and just blast it with light. This vine does not look cute, so let's cut you here. I must have, oh my gosh, I must have knocked this part off because it's brown, so that's a reason why I'm taking this one. Again, cutting it down. Okay, so I'm just gonna water it because it's really dry at the top. Okay, I'm filling the plant to the maximum. The indicator is kind of hidden, but it's just at the very top. So when the indicator reads maximum, the water level's here. Look at all these. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 28. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna put it in one of these planters. But yeah, did y'all see like the mama? I took 28 cuttings and it still looks really good. Okay, and then I'm just kind of sticking them in. Firm but gentle kind of force. Do you see how like putting two next to each other, you totally obstruct or take away like the potential of this leaf facing up, and it's just hard with a Polyneura. So that's why if you do this and you pack a pot, just make sure you are giving it, I don't know, I say 1,000 to 2,000 foot candles, because what you see when you put your meter next to the leaf isn't the full story. Like the leaves are facing this way, they're not facing up. And also, see, this is a situation where I think this might have been one of the newer sets on that vine. I push it in, and even though I was gentle, because it's still not hardened off all the way, I bent it. So I would not put this in. This is when you get the rot in like the plant and the stem and whatever. So, I mean, I could cut it down. I just like don't. Okay, do you know what? Let's cut above where it broke. But do you see how like small the stem is? And it'll still root, it will. But the question of, maybe I'll put it in the front here. There's always a question if it's going to be submerged enough, if it's going to be wet enough to root. I'm definitely gonna keep the water level really high for this one. Oh, see, it happened. This is why I don't take a chance with like the newest points in the vine sometimes. Look, it bent over there, so I mean, let's do the same thing. I'm gonna put them next to each other, so. Okay, we'll see. So I'm just putting plain tap water just over it. And I'm just doing a slow kind of trickle into the medium, just so I kind of cover the whole surface with moisture. And then again, we're doing it all the way to the top. My sleeve is getting wet. Okay, so we're at the very top of the planter. There is a pool forming. So I'm gonna put this right under grow light. And obviously not the same plant, but my Hoya Polyneura outer variegated. You can see I did the same method. I don't know how many are in here though, but there's some new vines, so that's new. There's one hiding. There's one hiding over there. Yeah, there's just new vines everywhere. And so I did the same thing a month ago with this plant, and they're all doing fine. No casualties. Yeah, it's not high enough for me, so I'm just gonna put a little bit more. Close to the top, not quite at the very top, but pretty close. Oh, okay, we're good. So yeah, okay, let's do something easy. I'm just gonna put one of these trellises in the cake dowels. So if y'all are new here, I put cake dowels before I pot up any like propagation. So you could see, so there's one right there, and you can see the second one actually over there. I do this because the diameter of these trellises, they're perfect, so I can just, when the time comes, oh my god, this is harder with one hand, I can just put it through the holes. Oh, that's perfect. It's actually pretty stable. Okay, this one next to it, definitely. And reach, perf. I'm just gonna clip this one to the vine. Okay, this one's really stiff. So I'm just gonna clamp the top bit and hopefully it doesn't suffocate it. It's funny because the longest one, it's just the furthest from the trellis, it seems. Okay, and then there is one over here. I'm just gonna clamp below. Yes. Okay, and there's another one that is not long enough. I don't know, it's exciting. Every time I put trellis, I'm just like, yes. And I think I'm gonna do a small one for the gun and gadding. So same thing, cake dowels, one on this side and then one on the other. Where is it? One on the other over here. Okay, so it's there, and then we're just going to do this. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Love, 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 love. Okay, I might put a second one actually. Do you see that? It's starting to grow. Okay, let's do Kuming Giana. I think I might cut these down, like all the way down, and then just take the props. Oh, it's tough because like these internodes of this vine, they're so tight. And it's because obviously, I mean, you can tell that she's closer to the light and therefore she didn't need to stretch as much, whereas this vine is not even under grow light. This part is, but do you see how it's reaching and the internodes are like much longer? But this one, it's just, I don't even know how I'm gonna get props and like cover them properly in the pond. I just really want, I'm kind of sad that I'm cutting it, but I think the time is now. If y'all remember, I got this in the summer. I did cut it. It's funny because there's actually one plant that hasn't pushed out anything. Right over here. Do you see that? That one hasn't pushed out anything. But when I pull, it doesn't come out. I think it is rooted. It's the only one that hasn't really done anything. But I put the other two in here and they clearly have gone off. Oh, here's the vine. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna cut, so there's like 2 leaves per vine. We'll keep that here for now though. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with this one. I guess we'll try. I'm probably gonna have to cut sets of leaves off completely first. Okay, let's just cut here. See, like it's hard because it's like, look how short that stem is. Okay, so this is the vine. Let's see what happens with that. Okay, 3rd vine. So I made this cut specifically because this is the last set of truly like super variegated, out of variegated leaves, and I'm kind of curious to see what it's gonna look like. And I mean, she might push out growth from all of the other nodes that exist on that plant. It's so cute though. It is so cute. I'm gonna go top to bottom. And this is very exciting for me because I haven't done an extreme propagation of this plant. I only took like 2 cuttings in the summer and they did well, but I'm actually curious like cutting it all the way down to like these 2 leaves. I mean, y'all saw one and I'm not remembering if that was like the mother that I just cut all the way back. Look at all this, so cute. Okay, are they all gonna fit? That's the questiones. So I've seen this plant both on trellises and not on trellises. So I still prefer when it's trailing. Same method as the Polyneura, just filling all the way to the top, and then we're gonna gently push them through the pond. I think my mistake with the Polyneura, I don't think I showed it or talked about it. Every time I'm doing this, I usually just pour the pond and I don't like shake it to settle the pond, because when you do that and you try to push one of these plants in, the pond is actually tighter together and you won't be able to push it through easy. Just pour it in, don't like let it settle. And what I mean by that, like sometimes I take the pot and I bang it against the surface of the counter just so it all settles. But like you see, for example, look how easy that was. And these stems are a lot thinner than the Polyneura, but do you see how they're just coming out because they are just so short? Okay, I'm scared. I don't know how all these are gonna do. Okay, hold on. Oh my gosh, there's too many. Should I just cut it down to 1 leaf, maybe? there are too many. Okay, I really do want to fit them all, so I'm gonna have to cut one leaf per cutting because they're not gonna all fit. Okay. So one leaf each for the most part. There's some that still have two. Do you see how like this wood is like flopping? Ugh, I'm so scared. I tried to push them all the way down. I think they're okay. And just filling it up with water. Okay, do you see the pool of water? Do you see it? These stems are short. These stems are so short. So just really trying to have all the stem covered. More than other propagations, when you have really short stems, you gotta make sure the water level is high at all times. The moment it dries out and then you rehydrate it, you'll get a lot of rot. I think that's what happened with my Chinkongensis. I think that's what happened with my Hoya Bella, the propagation. So I'm gonna put this in a place where I can see it. Latifolia. So it has been a week and I did say, oh, it feels good. Now that I'm feeling this, I went to my other Latifolia and felt it. I was like, ooh, could be a little bit like dehydrated. Obviously is like not enough time for it to root, but I want to look together. I think I did this with another one, but let's look. Nothing. Yeah, there's nothing. These were already present over here, but no squishiness or anything. So that's good news. And okay, Hoya Mathilde Splash. I kind of want to make a super splashy one again, but a traily one. It's tough because this one's kind of half and half, and like you can't necessarily predict which one's gonna have splash. There is one part of one vine that's super silver, and so I was thinking I can take a few cuttings from there. Okay, let's look. Maybe I should do two separate ones. So, looking at the vines, the one that I was talking about, I think it's this one. This one's consistently silver. And it's branching off. Do you see? If you can zoom in. It's branching from this side of this node. Only a little bit of splash, but you can see the leaves prior to that over here. Splash, no splash. I don't know, it's just such a fascinating plant. Like, let me show you. Do you see? 1, 2, 3. It's hard to show, but they're all splashy, so I could potentially get like 4. So specifically for this one, let's just go starting from here and just continuing down. Oh, I can't believe I'm doing this. Okay, that was the only vine that I really I looked at and I was like, okay, you're doing a thing. Wow, this vine is so long. There's so much here. There are 2 sets of leaves that are really splashy, so I want to grab those. Do you see these 2 over here? And then these ones not as much, but like still there. And then the rest of the vine's kind of half and half. So we're just kind of selecting the splashy ones. And again, like it kind of shocked me. Even though I did this, sometimes it won't push out splashy leaves. Where did it go? And then the second planter, I'm gonna put like a mix again. Boom, boom.
I'm wishing for one.
Yeah, I don't see any other ones that are like super silver. This one's like nothing. Okay, I want to show you this vine because like this shows you like they don't need a ton of support to push out new growth. Like look. So this entire vine here, it's pretty mixed. At the base here, but I pushed out that new growth. But look at the node or the sets of leaves over here. Another vine over there. And then moving more this way, you can see another one. Then moving this way. Did I show this already? You can see another one. I was gonna cut it because she is 50-50, but because she's pushing out all those new vines, I'm just going to support her. And so I'm just gonna try to keep all of this just on the surface here and really hope that she pushes out splashy leaves from those different nodes. That's exciting. I'm still blasting this with light. I know that's weird because it doesn't necessarily need it, but I think that's another reason why it's just pushing out so many growth points from that point. Okay, how do we feel? So I'm gonna keep, it looks funny, I'm gonna keep just everyone supported. Oh, just filling it with water. I did put cake dowels in this one. I don't think I wanna put it up a trellis. I think I'm just gonna keep it like this. Okay, so when I was cutting the vines, there were situations where you kind of get half and half. So the other leaf on the other side of this vine is green, while the other side is splash. And you could see that with this one as well. I'm always hesitant because propagating the one that I took the cuttings from, a lot of the time it doesn't produce a lot of splash. But again, you never know. So I might take this silver leaf over here just because I can see a new growth point coming from that side and include it with the splashy pot, the super splashy pot. Okay, and just continuing on, I don't see any other super splashy leaves, so this is going to be the mixed green and splash planter. So we'll put that off to the side. I want to focus on the super splashy planter. So I have a self-watering planter. We're going to put some pot. Cow silver. I'm really hoping that this is successful. Just trying to be so careful. This is the top bit of that cutting, and so it's so flimsy. I mean, like I was saying with the other ones. So I'm just trying to cover it. And like, I know I'm breaking my own rule when it comes to like young growth, and this tendril is obviously young. But I mean, look at the splash. Like, obviously there is a chance, like a big chance that this might dry up, but I mean, it might not. So I just want that silver to kind of continue. Ooh, this looks so cute. Oh my gosh, it looks so cute. I mean, can you imagine? I don't know, I'm so in love with this. Wow. Oh my god. And there's less cuttings in here, so I don't know. I'm really excited for this one. We'll see if this one produces a lot of splash. I have seen, again, moments where the leaves are this color and it just continues to push out green leaves. So it's not always the case. Again, you're not in that node. You don't know what the genetics are in, you know, that growth point. So, and yeah, it is at the very top. Like, I'm not gonna tip it, but I can see it. So right under grow light, I'm putting the grow light right here. And because there's more of these other mixed cuttings, I'm going to put them in a slightly bigger planter here. We're going to stick with pond and we're going to do the same method. In my opinion, I don't think there's enough of these splashy plants. Like, you see splashy Mathildes, but they're not necessarily, like, they don't have that good of genetics when it comes to the splash or silver aspect. And so I kind of want to make more. Hopefully in the future I'll have enough that I can share with a lot of people, because it is, to this day, it is one of my favorites. It really is. It is a beautiful, beautiful Hoya.